Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Happy Friday. Yes, I'm sitting out here in the freezing cold. It actually feels really, really good. Feels very refreshing. I kind of miss sitting out here on the chair. I don't sit out here that much anymore because when I watch my shows and do puzzles and stuff, I've been sitting in that chair for so long now. I think this summer and spring, I'm ready to sit out here and watch some shows. I miss it. I miss it a lot, especially since reading The Comfort of Crows by Margaret Rinkle. Like I was saying this yesterday, I noticed so much about nature and things like that. Like just the sun or the snow on my neighbor's roof, the sun is going down. And so the snow looks pink over on their roof, and it's just so beautiful. I don't know, I just noticed little things. I noticed like there's hardly any little, squirrels or birds outside. And so the ones that fly over, I notice them and things like that. While I was saying that, I was thinking because I ordered last night some new books. I ordered, I think, 3 Margaret Rinkle books last night. No, I did. I ordered 4 books last night from Amazon. I ordered 3 Margaret Rinkle books, a workbook, and then 2 of her books of essays that don't really have a lot to do with nature. They have to do with, like, just life essays. And then I bought another essay book by Ann Patchett. I don't know anything about that book. But anyway, I got this when I came out here. I saw that I had this Amazon package, and I think it might be maybe all the books, or maybe, I don't know. So we'll open that here in a second. But do you ever have one of those days that it starts off one way and then it ends up being a completely different day? I feel like I've been having a lot of those days lately. I don't know, I want to pull you guys a little bit closer. I feel like I've been having a lot of those days lately, but today was definitely one of those days. First of all, let's do a little time and temperature check. So it is currently 6:09 p.m. I'm sitting out here because Alex has dinner with 2 of his girlfriends tonight, the friend of his that we went to her wedding on New Year's, and one of her other friends. So she's a Pacemate. She dances for the Pacers here in Indianapolis, and so he hasn't got to see her a lot recently because she's always been busy with that, plus she just got married. So, and their other friend dances for the Pacemates too. So they're going out to dinner tonight, and then that's at 8 o'clock. So he came home today. He had 2 brunches today. He came home today and he like sat downstairs. He's like, where do you, because I still had to film videos. And so he was like, do you want me to be upstairs? Do you want me to be downstairs? I was like, well, it's wherever you're comfortable. He was like, no, babe, wherever you want. I said, okay, it'd be easier for me to film upstairs. And he goes, okay. So he just laid on the couch and was looking at TikToks. So I finished filming videos about, I think it was like 4:15, 4:30 or something like that. And he was like, are you done? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, are you going to go upstairs and take a nap? He's like, I'm so tired. So he went upstairs, and I said, babe, just turn on the fan. I said, I'll vlog outside. He's like, no, you don't have to. I said, he's like, I can sleep without the fan. I said, just go upstairs, turn on the fan, get comfy. I said, I will vlog outside. I said, it's cold, but I said, it's like refreshing. So, because I'd gone out earlier and got the mail. It's colder now than when I got the mail, but it's still really refreshing. So yeah, but today, my day, let's do the temperature check. So I think the high today was supposed to be 30. It feels like it's probably below 20 at this point. Let's see. It says it's 29 and sunny. It feels colder than that. I'm like waiting for it to refresh because I'm like, is it going to refresh to something else? It feels colder than 20. It says it's still 20. Let's see what the day is supposed to be. Tomorrow it's supposed to be 34. Saturday, oh no, that's tomorrow. Saturday's tomorrow, 34. Sunday, 43. Monday, 52. Tuesday, 53. Wednesday, 53. Thursday, 46, 45, 41. So next week is going to be pretty nice. It's not going to, I mean, for February, it's going to be the last week of February. It's going to be pretty nice. Just made a cup of coffee. This is my very last eggnog cake pod. And I just grabbed this cup because it was right next to it. So no new cup today. It's interesting vlogging out here versus vlogging in front of my computer. I was reading through comments last night, and there was one vlog. It was a vlog that ended up being like an hour and 50 minutes. And it was funny because I got several comments on there that people were like, you're kind of all over the place in this vlog. And I felt very all over the place that day. I did. I think like I knew that I wanted to talk about the Fox Hollow Farms stuff. The UPS truck. I knew that I wanted to talk about that Fox Hollow Farm stuff, and I just was kind of like throwing this out, throwing that out, just all over the place. But I will say it's interesting. I kind of forget because I don't sit out here that often anymore and vlog. But when I sit out here, like, this is so relaxing to me. I don't know. Like, you guys tell me if the vlogs feel differently. I mean, my friend Valerie has told me that. She's like, your vlogs feel different when you're sitting on a front porch and when you're sitting in front of the computer. I try not to... Like, I try, if I'm gonna sit in front of the computer, to have, like, my thumbnails made and all that kind of stuff. The only thing I'm doing is uploading videos because it's distracting. I like filming in front of the computer. It's fun to look up stuff while I'm vlogging and, you know, like, do the questionnaires or the quizzes. It's fun to look up stuff I'm thinking about, songs or movies or shows and whatever. But it feels a lot more peaceful sitting out here, obviously. I don't know, just, I mean, it's gonna be more peaceful out here instead of in front of a computer screen. But, yeah, I don't know, it's a different vibe out here. I think this summer I'm going to try to vlog out on the back patio, too, some. The thing is about back there, I think I've talked about this recently, is that here, it's like, we have this wall here. My neighbors always are like, I can't even hear you out on the front porch. My neighbors across the street are like, we never hear you. Even my neighbor, when she's gardening sometimes, like, I'll come out of here and, like, I'll be sitting here for a second, then I'll say something. She's like, oh, I didn't even, like, they don't even see me here or hear me here. On the back patio, my neighbor, she works out on her back patio a lot. Like, on her computer, she'll set up her office out there and sit on the computer and work. My neighbors next door have their grandkids out a lot. My neighbor, she sits out there and reads. So if I'm sitting there talking, it's all open. You can hear it. I mean, we have, like, a little dividing fence, but the rest of it's all open. So if I'm vlogging on the back patio, the only time I would vlog out there is if they're not out there. So I'm sure there will be some days when they're not out there this summer, and I'll vlog out there. I'm actually really, really excited for this summer. I'm going to get to this in a second, but my plan this morning when I first woke up was, I think I'm going to come back home after my hair appointment and go back to sleep, and then just vlog later this evening when Alex is gone. I wasn't going to film any videos today. I ended up coming back. I got here about 11:30. And like 10 or 15 minutes later, I filmed a drama video. And I ended up filming videos on all of my channels today. So this is my 7th video today. And about halfway through the day, I was like thinking about this summer. And I was like, this would be, like, I know when I say this, I won't do it. But I was like, this would be inspiration for getting up earlier, you know? And like I said I was going to do last summer, which I did a lot of days. I would get up and I would film 2 or 3 videos, come back, film a drama video, my vlog. And then I was, you know, I got to go to the pool for a couple hours. But if I could get up between 9 and 10 this summer, which I could if I just went to bed earlier, but if I could get up between 9 and 10 this summer and then start filming by like 10:30, film till like 12, I could bust out 3 videos in that time. Film one at night before, you know, like I did the drama videos at night out here. That would be 3 or 4 videos that I'd have. Go to the pool, come back and vlog. I mean, it'd be a perfect day, you know, read, watch shows in the evening. So I think I'm going to try to keep a very close eye on what the weather is going to be like this summer. And if it's going to be a day that's going to be like a perfect pool day, I'm going to do that. I also think I'm going to try to like pre-film videos on days that it's not nice, if it's raining or something. That way, if I do have a nice day, I have some videos that then I can just like post them on those days, like Peterism's videos, reviews, and stuff like that. So, okay, so this is the situation. So, after I got done vlogging last night, I was talking to Alex, and he said, we were talking about, like, because I think I talked about this yesterday, that he got, like, confused with my hair appointment and my therapy appointment, like, the one getting rescheduled, and so I did talk about that yesterday, didn't I? So this morning, I said, or last night, I said to him, I said, so now, what's your plan again for tomorrow? And he was like, well, I'm just going to do my meeting here, and then I can take you to your hair appointment, and then I can take you home. And I said, but I thought you were going to go to brunch with everybody that you work with. And he's like, it's fine. I'll just miss it tomorrow. It's not that big of a deal. Because he had lunch plans with another one of his friends at 1 o'clock. And so I was like, babe, you don't have to miss that. Like, this is, you know, like you work in the morning and then you have the afternoon off. I want you to enjoy yourself. And he was like, I know, but he was like, I told you I would take you to the hair appointment. I said, why don't you take me and then I'll just Uber home and then you can go to your brunch. She was like, you don't care? And I was like, no, not at all. I Uber all the time. So he took me to the hair appointment this morning. So last night, I'll get to last night in a second, but I stayed up. My fingers are starting to get cold. I need my mittens. Somebody said that last night. You need to keep an extra pair of mittens in your coat. I do. But last night, I pushed it. Remember I said I was going to go to bed early. I can't get my... The pockets are real far back on this coat because that's how I'm sitting. Or they still are real far back. But anyway, it's like, the coat's like... Anyway, I don't very rarely wear this coat. I wore it because Yesterday I wore that aloe coat, so I was like, well, let's wear a different one. This is the UGG coat that has this obnoxious tag on it. I like this coat. I think this coat's cute. I just don't really wear it that often. It's very comfy. It's very warm. The other UGG coat that I have 2 other UGG coats. One's like a trucker coat. I don't wear it very often. The other coat that I have is like this big, bulky coat. Tanya calls it my Bernie Sanders coat, because she said it looks like the coat that he wears when he's sitting in the chair. You know, that everybody, the meme that went around. But that coat I've had for a couple years, and it's super, super comfortable. Anyway, last night I said I was going to try to go to bed early because I had this hair appointment. Well, and I wasn't going to take a nap. And remember, I even said, now watch, I'll take a nap. Blah, blah. I took a nap. I took a nap last night. Alex and I, we watched Traitors. He sat down. He like warmed up some food. Was that last night? Yeah, last night he, what was last night? Thursday? Oh, he got done with his meeting early last night. So the meeting was supposed to go till like 8:30 or 9. And I was still uploading stuff, and he was like behind me, and so it was kind of funny because he was like on this Zoom meeting that he was leading, but like while there was like other people speaking and stuff like that, like he would say something, and like when he would say something, I would like go. And then afterwards I said, did you think I was so funny? He goes, funny doing what? He has a ring light up and all that kind of, he's very professional about it. He's more professional about his meetings at home than I am about filming videos. I don't even pull out the ring light. He's got the whole ring light. You can see it behind my vlog when I vlog inside. So he had the whole setup, you know? And I said, my thing that I was doing, whenever you would say something, I'd be like, go! And he goes, I didn't even notice that you were doing it. I was literally like sitting right in front of him, and he didn't even notice. Sometimes I stood up and I was like, I didn't even notice it. But anyway, so he actually got done early. He was done by like, I think it was like quarter or 20 after 7. Because I heard him like sign off, and I was like, are you done? I had my headphones on that I use when I'm like uploading videos, and I said, are you done already? And he was like, yeah, we got done really early. So after that, I was still getting videos up. He went upstairs to relax for a little bit, and then it was like 8:30 or something like that. And I was like, do you want to watch something? He's like, came downstairs because he was going to heat up some food, and he was like, yeah. He was like, what do you want to watch? Do you want to watch, what time was it? I feel like it was maybe closer to 9. I think it was close, it was like right at 9. And I said, well, is U.S. Traitors out yet? Because it comes out on Thursdays. And he was like, ooh, he was like, I don't know, let's look. So he looked, and it was already on. So we watched U.S. Traitors last night. I'm not going to comment on it because I don't want to ruin anything for anybody. So we watched U.S. Traitors last night, and then afterwards, it was like, when we finished it, because we were like cleaning up stuff in between it and whatever, we finished it, it was like 10:15, and he was like, do you want to watch an episode of I keep on saying UK Traitors, Traitors New Zealand? And I was like, I really don't tonight. I'm really tired. I want to lay down for a little bit and get a nap and then get up and read and do my puzzles and all kind of stuff. He was like, okay. He was like, so I said, what are you going to do? He's like, well, I'm going to finish The Valley, because he had The Valley still to finish. I don't know if he finished it last night or not, because when I woke up, he was asleep. So he went upstairs and he started The Valley, and then, who was I talking to? I was texting some people last night. Anyway, I came upstairs and I lay down, and I mean, I fell asleep so quick last night on my nap. I was out. I set my alarm for like 12, and I snoozed it to like 12:30 or something like that, and then I finally got up. And when I got up, I was wide awake, and I was rested, and I was like, oh, this is not good, because you're going to be up late now tonight, and you got to get up for this hair appointment tomorrow, because Alex had his meeting today from home from 9 to 10, and so he was like, we'll leave, because my hair appointment was at 10:30, and so he was like, we'll leave at like 5 or 10 after 10, and I was like, that's perfect. So I got up, set my alarm for 9:20 today, because I was like, I'm just going to throw in a hat and stuff, because she's going to cut my hair, so I'll take a shower tonight. So, I came downstairs. First of all, I just want to say, I have gotten so many messages from people, and people have even commented on videos and stuff like that. Did somebody just text me? About, people are like, me talking about the Fox Hollow Farm stuff. People are like, be careful, be safe, blah, blah, blah. I appreciate that. I even had, well, I'm going to save this for another video that I'm going to do. I think I'm going to do another reaction to the documentary, because my friend, who I call my source in the videos, that's been reaching out to me, that was contact, all this kind of stuff, he even was kind of like, I talked to him yesterday, and he was like, I just want you and Alex to be safe. He was like, I just want you guys to protect yourselves and whatever. I said, I haven't said anything, because there's a lot that I know that he's told me that I have not put in videos. And he said, and he's watched all my videos. And so he goes, I think, I don't know that I would put a whole lot more out there. So we talked about it yesterday and stuff. And he's like, I think this stuff runs a lot deeper. He caught something in the documentary that I didn't catch. And he thinks there's reasonings for why, like, law enforcement agreed, the law enforcement that did agree, and the cold case investigator, why they agreed to be in this documentary. I mean, he doesn't have factual evidence about it, but he has like a, he has like a conspiracy speculation about why it is. And so anyway, but a lot of people were like, Peter, please be careful, things like that. I appreciate that. We have cameras all over our house. I mean, out, like, on the back and in the front. Our neighbors do as well. Our backyard, like, if an animal, like if a bunny rabbit jumps through the backyard, the floodlights go up in the backyard. I mean, when I'm sleeping at night, because we have a loft bedroom, and then we have, like the windows that are over, I don't know if you guys you can see that probably behind the vlog, but we've got like the sliding glass doors that then go up over to the windows on top. And so when those lights go off, they go off like 4 or 5 times a night for animals like walking through the yard. It always wakes me up. But we've got cameras inside looking out here. We've got cameras on top. I mean, I appreciate it, but I mean, we've got alarm systems on our house. I mean, it means a lot to me that people reached out to me and were like, Peter, please be safe about it. But I got a lot of comments about that. Not comments, but, well, I did get a few comments about that on the video. People were like, please be safe. On the vlog, as well as my other videos, my Peter Monn channel where I talked about it, and my Peter Watches TV channel. I don't think that I really said anything that wasn't said in the documentary, in all honesty. Yeah, so anyway, I mean, it's not like now that Mark Goodyear's come out and spoke, he was the name that I had. I don't have other names of stuff like that. I have speculation of things, but, like, his stories don't even match up. So who knows if what he told my friend is even true, you know what I mean? But anyway, I've had other people that have reached out to me with stuff. And since I, started talking about it a couple days ago with this documentary coming out, I've had a lot of people reach out to me, and I've just told every single one of them, I was like, you need to contact the police. I'm very passionate about this story because I want the victims' stories to be told, and I want their families to get justice. And I think that this is a case that deserves justice. I mean, I think all cases deserve justice, but I think this case does. But at the same time, like, I'm just sharing the story. I'm not investigating it. I'm not behind it. They need to contact, law enforcement, things like that. So anyway, so last night when I got up, I was kind of, to be honest with you, I was like looking out the windows and whatever. I wanted to watch another true crime, but I was kind of like a little spooked. And I knew I wanted to watch Murder Under the Friday Night Lights because a new episode had come out. And I also wanted to finish watching that Micah Stauffer documentary because Caroline told me to watch it, called Update on the Family. I don't really know anything about that case whatsoever. So, but I was like, I also want to like listen to my audiobook. I want to read. So I sat, what did I do? Oh, I sat at the computer. Oh, this is what I did. I sat at the computer and I got on Amazon and I ordered some of these books. And the whole time I was listening to my audiobook, Drinking a Love Story. And then I went through and I made my list of videos today because I thought I was going to film all these videos. I was like, Shirley, and don't call me Shirley, you'll be back so early from your hair appointment that you can film all these videos, right? And so I was like making my list of all these videos that I was going to film and doing some stuff at the computer. So I sat there for about 45 minutes and listened to this audiobook, Drinking a Love Story. It's good. It's really good. Like I said yesterday, it's not what I remember at all. It's interesting because I remember my friend that I got sober with at the time. I remember she and I read it and we talked about it. But as I'm listening to it, first of all, I thought she was like my age when she got sober. But she just said last night when I was listening to it, she goes, I was still 10 years from getting sober. So she must have got sober when she was like in her mid-30s or something like that. I thought she was younger when she got sober. But anyway, a lot of what she talks about, I remember my mom and I having conversations about. I'm almost positive my mom's the one that recommended the book to me. I mean, I feel like there's so much that, like, when I'm listening to it that I remember my mom and I talking about. And in all honesty, like I talked about this yesterday, Carolyn Knapp's story is really not my story. I mean, I relate a lot to what she says about the drinking and I mean, she talks a lot about, like, what alcoholics do, and, like, they'll leave parties and things to go home so they can drink more at home and nobody can be judging them for their drink. A lot of what she talks about, like, I so relate to. But I relate to a lot of people's stories that are alcoholics or addicts, you know? But there's so much about her story that I don't relate to. It's interesting, and maybe it's because it was, like, literally the first memoir that I ever read of a person in recovery. Oh, those geese are so pretty. I don't know why it had such a significant impact on me. I mean, I have read since then. It's a great book, and it's beautifully written. But I have read better memoirs. It's kind of all over the place too. I mean, which I'm all over the place, and maybe that's what I related to at the time. But the storytelling is like, for a book, it's kind of like she talks about one thing, then she jumps, and it's like her and her friend are sitting in a cafe, and there's some things that are kind of interesting to me about the book. Like, her and her friend are like, she's talking to her friend that's not in recovery, and she's like pointing out people in this restaurant. She's like, they're sober, and I'm like, she talks in there about being in a 12-step program. It's like, you don't do that. Like, I don't know, there's a lot about it that's interesting to me. I think I was so early in sobriety that when I read it, like, my perspective is completely different today, you know? I don't know. It's interesting reading it all these years later. And I'm, to be honest with you, I think I have like 2 hours left of it. No, I think I have like an hour and, I think I stopped at an hour and well, you know what? I can look. I think it was like an hour and 43 minutes was when I stopped it. Maybe I have more or less than that. Let's see. If it says an hour and 43 minutes, this will crack me up. An hour and 43 minutes. That is crazy. How did I remember exactly where I stopped? So I have an hour and 43 minutes left of it. My hands are getting cold. I might have to go inside and get some mittens here in a second. So anyway, I listened to that, and then I was like, okay, I want to read for a little bit. And I was going to read, like, all of my books, like a chapter last night, but I ended up reading, like, I really want to finish The Comfort of Crows before February's over. I've been, like, carrying Maximum Ride by James Patterson out for 3 months now. It can wait. The Crash Diet book, it's only, like, 10 short stories, so I'll finish it when I finish it. I read a little bit of my graphic novel last night, and then I read, like, five essays. I think they're more essays and short stories, the chapters of Comfort of Crows. She's an essayist. I can't even begin to tell you how much I love that book. I mean, I just feel so impacted by that book. And this is the thing. It's a book about a woman that loves nature. I mean, it's not just about gardening. It's really not that much about gardening at all. It's really more about animals that live in her yard, and the animals that she watches, and birds and crows and snakes and mice and bunny rabbits. This one chapter last night was called, like, All the Bunnies in My Life, and, like, each of them dies in some kind of tragic way, and I don't know, but it's like, she isn't really talking about animals and nature. She's really talking about, like, us and our experience of life, and her experience of life through what she sees as nature. There's a part in the book last night that I was talking about. She's talking about where this desk that she writes at in her house. And she's like, now my kids are gone, and my husband's he just started the school year. So I'm, like, in September now. It's like what she still considers summer, which, you know, oh, here's my neighbor coming out to get the mail. Which, I mean, it literally is still summer, because I think she goes until the 21st. I'm on, like, the last 2 chapters of summer. What are you doing? Hey, I got a book for you. Yeah. Have you heard of The Comfort of Crows?
The what?
The Comfort of Crows?
No.
By Margaret Rinkle. It's 52 weeks of this woman that talks about, like, gardening, but really life, like, as a gardener, as looking at nature and things like that.
The Comfort of Crows?
Crows.
Crows.
Because the first animal that you see in the year, on New Year's, decides how your year will go.
Well, I'm going to have to write that down.
Well, I'm thinking about getting you one. Would you read it if I got it? It's all essays.
Yeah, I might.
Okay, well, I'm thinking about getting you one.
Well, aren't you sweet?
I miss our talks. I miss seeing you.
I know. Well, soon I'll be out here.
She talks a lot about having a messy garden, and I was thinking of you because she talks about, like, how that's, like, better for pollinators and all this kind of... She's nodding her head. Yep. I can't wait to talk to you about some of this stuff. So when it gets warmer, we'll come... It's supposed to be warmer early next week, so maybe I'll see you out here then.
Yes. Uh-huh.
All right, go and stay warm. So, I'm going to get her one of those books now. I'm excited. Now I'm excited. She mostly reads cozy mysteries. Oh my God, Nikki was telling me about somebody that she was talking to somebody and they were complaining about their mom. They were like, my mom, all these books that she reads, all she reads is about like this people, it's like murder mysteries, but they like eat a lot of food and they cook in the kitchen and stuff like that. And Nikki was like, cozy mysteries? And they're like, yeah, they're so cheesy. And Nikki started laughing. I was like, oh my God, I love my cozy mysteries so much. But anyway, the book is fantastic. The book is fantastic. Oh, she's talking about this one essay. Like, if I tell you guys these essays, it wouldn't ruin reading the book for you. I just want to make that clear, because I'm just giving bits and pieces of, like, one... All the chapters are, like, 3 or 4 pages long, max. There's one part she's talking about how her kids have left. It's really interesting, like, when you read it, like, as a year in your life. It's really her looking back on her entire life in the period of a year. And it's, like, very much like, you know, like... the seasons changing, you know, for everything, turn, turn, turn. It's very much about all that, right? And so fall is coming, and the animals are preparing for fall. And she talks about, like, how as human beings, we begin to, like, nest for the winter as well. Which I think is interesting, because I feel like I'm kind of going through that a little bit. And so she's talking about how, from her desk where she lives, she just lets nature take over, is what she does. And she's talking about how she has this spider that she calls her, she goes, it's my spider now. She goes, because we become friends. And she talks about this spider that's, like, where she's working, it's like she's got this orchid plant for Mother's Day. It's like, doesn't need a lot of watering. And so it's strewn this web from, like, the orchid plant to this, some plant that she's got that's dying, a violet or azalea or something like that. It's dying, all the way to the window. And she won't disturb the web, because she's like, the importance of like spiders. And she says in there something about, like, and this book was written 4 or 5 years ago. She's talking about like society and everything that's, like, wrong in the world and whatever. And she's like, this little spider spinning her web, she was like, has no clue what's going on in the world outside this window. And she's perfectly fine with that. And she reminds me, she says in the book, she goes, she reminds me, this little spider, that I only have to get consumed with what's going on in the world in this moment to the extent that I allow myself. And she's like, it's all important. I need to know about what's going on in the world, just like she needs to know what's going on in her world. But in this moment, she's just concerned with fixing her web, because she's just eating this bug. That's what she's concerned with, fixing her web. Then she'll go back, and she'll sit back, and she'll relax, and she'll think about the world around her, what's going on in this room. She's like, but I'm not, she's like, she reminds me that in the moment, I don't have to become all consumed with it. It's like, the book is so peaceful for me. So this one part she's talking about the spider, and then she's talking about how, like, if the spider web was outside, I can't remember which bird she's talking about. She's talking about some variety of bird that uses specifically this spider web to build its nest, to make it softer for its babies. And she was like, and then she's talking about these fruit flies and this compost pile that she keeps outside. And she's like, in the winter, it's like worms, but in the summer, she's like, you open it and fruit flies fly out of it. And she said that these fruit flies end up being what the hummingbirds eat. And the hummingbirds take the fruit flies back to their nest. Oh, that's what it is. The spider webs that are used for the hummingbird nest. And then the hummingbird's nest, babies, are fed these fruit flies. And then the fruit flies become part of these baby hummingbirds, which help them, their wings to grow so that they can fly to South America in the winter. And she was like, so little does this spider know that she is helping these hummingbirds get to South America for the winter. And she's like, and we stay out of all of that. And she was like, and it just happens. And she's like, and what we don't realize is, if we would stop messing and stuff, the world would probably take care of itself a lot better than when we try to get involved in it. It's like, she talks about things on these parallels, and I'm like, just blown away. I'm like, oh my God, you know? And that's all about this spider web she's talking about. I love this book. It's bringing me so much peace, you know, in a world where so much is going on. I don't know, I just read this book, and it just brings me so much peace. So, I read my, like, 4 or 5 chapters last night. It's getting dark out here, so I don't know how long this vlog is going to be. I think I'm like at 30 seconds left till it's at the 30-minute mark. I'm going to try to go as long as I can until it gets too dark out here, but then I'm going to go inside. So, I read those books last night. Actually, you know what? I'm going to see if these are the books that I ordered from Amazon last night, because one of them, I was telling Nikki about this last night, because one of them is like this daily journal, and you're supposed to like make notes. I don't know anything about it. I just saw it online when I was like looking up her other books, and you're supposed to do like daily notations of like your experiences of nature. And I said, I know it's corny and it's cheesy. I don't love these journals that you buy. I mean, I love journals that you buy, like people love to journal. The camera stopped. I'm not a big journaler, but I have a lot of friends that are. But I know, like, the prompted journals, I think, are some. I've bought so many of them. You know, the Workshop in Miracles or whatever that's called. And I bought so many different journals that have prompts in them through the years. And I like them at first, but then I never end up using them. But I was like, you know what? Like, I told her last night, I said, I know it's kind of cheesy that I'm buying this workbook, this workbook journal. But I said, I love this book so much, it's bringing me so much peace that maybe if I actually invested in this journal and like gave it some time and energy and I did it, like maybe that would bring me peace throughout my day as well. So maybe it's the journal. We'll see if it is or not. Let's do a little unboxing here. Oh, it's one of her books. Okay. Oh, okay. So the first book is... It is getting really dark out here. Is it getting dark for you guys? I don't know. I feel like it's getting dark out here, but it doesn't look as dark on camera. So the first one is called Graceland at Last, Notes on Hope and Heartache from the American South by Margaret Rinkle. And best-selling author of Late Migrations, which is the other book that I bought of hers. Oh yeah, it's all essays, and they're all like 3 and 4 pages long. For the past 4 years, Margaret Rinkle's writing has offered readers of the New York Times a weekly dose of natural beauty, human decency, and persistent hope from her home in Nashville. Now, 60 of those pieces have been brought together in this sparkling new collection. So this is, I'll talk about this in my BookTube channel. So that's one, I feel like I need to move to that chair and turn on the light. Because, I mean, I can't do a 30-minute video. And then the other book that I got, oh, it's hardback. I didn't realize that. Oh, it is. Weekly Backyard Journal. So excited about this. Okay. Oh, my Lanta. Oh, this is so pretty, isn't it? Okay. Leaf Cloud Crow, a weekly backyard journal by Margaret Rinkle, best-selling author of The Comfort of Crows. Writing prompts and inspiration for a year in the natural world. This journal will guide your observations in nature wherever you find it, whether in gardens and yards, city parks, and vacant lots, or the sky above. Beloved best-selling author Margaret Rinkle illuminates the turning days, weeks, and seasons, and offers prompts to help you chronicle and care for the rich life surrounding you. What do the bare branches of winter allow you to see? How does summer's abundance provide for different wild animals, and how can you find the abundance in your own life? What changes have you noticed in the natural habitats near you, not just from month to month, but from year to year? Full of beauty and wisdom, Leaf Cloud Crow is the perfect contemplative companion for any gardener, outdoors enthusiast, birder, or budding naturalist. Maybe that's what I am, a budding naturalist. Oh, it has this, you can write your name in there. I love that. Okay, so it has a whole long intro. How to pay attention. In winter, it talks about how to pay attention. Wherever you are, stop what you're doing. Then it goes in winter. So you start in winter, December 21st and 27th. But you could probably start wherever you want to. Oh, I'm so excited about those. Okay. So, got my new books. I'll be showing those in a haul over my day. I got a bunch of books the last 24 hours. I got graphic novels, which I showed in my haul today. So, I'll show those on a BookTube haul here soon. So, anyway, so yeah, I got done reading and then I just kind of sat there in the chair forever. Oh, I was listening to more of my audiobook, I think. And then I was like, okay, what did I watch? I feel like I watched something else. I was like, maybe I'll watch Murder on the Friday Night Lights, and then I will cover that episode for my Peter Watches TV channel today. And so I also started a Peter Watches TV. I'm going to have to move over to that chair, because it's like, I feel like, I know it doesn't seem this way to you guys, but like to me, it's like dark out here. So I know it doesn't seem that way to you, but it feels like dark to me. When I show this, you guys are going to be like, no, it's still light out there. It's like the sun is down. I mean, it's crazy. I know it doesn't look that way, but it's so weird how it shows up on camera. I mean, like, this part up here is like dark. So let me go inside and let me, turn the light on out here, and then I will come back. I'm going to warm up for a second, and then I will come back, and I will finish this vlog up, alright? So I'll be back in 2 and 2. Okay, I'm back. That feels a lot better. I warmed up for a little bit, took my books inside. I mean, it's literally been like 5 minutes, and this chair is freezing cold to sit in. I was looking for my other mittens, and I can't find them. I have no idea where I put them. So these are my old fingerless mittens that I have, but I think they have holes in them from somewhere, but they're better than nothing, so I'm going to put those on. They're cute, aren't they? I think my mom got these for me or something years ago. I don't remember. Are they really that old? I know there's a hole in them somewhere. Hold on a second, because that's why I got the new ones. Oh, there is a hole. It's right here. I knew there was a hole in them somewhere. I feel like I should be in, like, some, you know, like, East London show of, like, a Dickens, like, Oliver or something like that. You know what I mean? Anyway, with these mittens with the holes in them. Anyway, that doesn't really help much. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, it doesn't really help much at all. That should be my thumbnail. So yeah, so I watched Murder Under the Friday Night Lights last night, the episode that was out this week. It was good. I'll tell you what was weird about it was, I don't want to ruin it for anybody that wants to watch it. So it's about this football coach. I feel like this is the second one this season about a football coach that gets murdered. So it's about this football coach that got murdered in 1985. What was really endearing about it was, so he was a middle school football coach, and they were talking about, like, how in middle school in 1985, I thought this was interesting because, like, you know, my nephews play a lot of sports, and they are very serious about their sports. Like, you know, and Carlos coaches a lot of kids for baseball and stuff like that. Carlitos plays, well, I think he plays football and baseball. And he likes them both kind of equally. Carlitos, my nephew. Carlos plays on a my brother-in-law plays on a traveling baseball team and coaches baseball. Like, individually coaches baseball, and he also, like, coaches Carlitos' baseball team, and I think his football team. But then Sebastian plays, I think he doesn't play baseball. I think he plays football and basketball is what Carlitos plays. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I know he plays basketball, because basketball is his thing. So anyway, so I was thinking about this when I was watching the show, because, like, it's interesting, like, Carlos and Liliana, like, are so into the whole sports world and stuff like that, but, like, I kind of thought, like, they would be, like, they love it. Like, they love being involved in it, and they've, like, got a lot of friends that, you know, they're other parents of the kids and stuff like that. But, like, I was talking to Carlos one day, and I said something about, like, if one of them decided to play sports, he's like, I could care less. He was like, you know, if they want to play sports, they're going to play sports. If they don't want to. You know, he's like, I'm not going to push it on them. And it's interesting because I was talking to him about it, and I said, how are most parents? He goes, oh, most parents are, like, very serious about it. Like, he was like, you know, it's like, they take it very, very, I said, so you see parents that get mad? He was like, oh, moms and dads both. You can tell at, like, I said at their age, I said at Carlitos and Sebastian's age, he's like, oh yeah, even at Sebastian's age, like, he's like the parents get really upset sometimes about calls and stuff like that. Oh, that was the one that was the other day. It was about, like, it was like a 7th grade team. Well, this one, they were talking about how, like, and this was in 1985, that in 1985, these middle school kids were doing the same drills that the high school team that had gone to state in 1979, they were doing the same drills to prepare these, like, 7th graders, these 7th and 8th graders, these middle schoolers, they were preparing them to go play, like, for the high school team and take them to state. Like, in 7th and 8th grade, 6th, 7th, 8th grade, they were training them then. I think that most of the guys were, like, in 7th grade when this happened, that they interviewed. They're, like, my age now. That would be true? Yeah, they would. They'd be exactly my age now, because I think I was in 7th grade in 85. I would have been 12 in 85. Wait, 13? I would have been 13 in 85. So, but it's about this coach that they find murdered. What I didn't understand, if anybody's from Texas, can you let me know? The city was called, it looked like Daisy, something Daisy, but they kept on calling it something. They showed signs for the town and stuff and what it was called, Desaya or something like that. Maybe it's on the thing. Let me look and see. But they kept on calling it Whole something, like Whole Desaya or something like that. I didn't understand what they were saying. Actually, so one of the people they had on there, the interview, was Catherine Casey. It's a true crime writer. She was actually we read one of her books for True Crime Book Club. Murder. Hold on a second. My phone is so cold, it's like slowing down. Murder under, here it is, new episode. Watched it last night. Okay. Let's go in here and see what it says. Okay. In 1985, police find the body of beloved coach in the Barrens of Southeast Texas, triggering a murder investigation laced with sex, jealousy, and revenge. It doesn't say the city. Investigators close in on the killer, but an 11th hour twist tears the community apart. It was good. I can't remember what the town is called, but anyway, they kept on saying something before it. Like, whole something. I didn't understand why they kept on doing that. But anyway, so if anybody's from Texas and you know, let me know. But what was interesting about it was that the guy that was the attorney, it was like when he was way younger, he was the attorney for the guy that was in the Jenks. I can't remember his name, but you know that guy, that crazy rich guy that killed those people? That was in the Jenks, and the Jenks 2 is about. It was the same guy, that DeGuerin guy, that was his attorney in Texas when they found the torso in Galveston, Texas. It was that, what's his name, like Warren DeGuerin or something like that. I can't remember what his first name is, but he's like interviewed throughout the whole thing. And Catherine Casey, Murder on the Friday Night Lights, I mean, like, they interview really good people. I mean, this DeGuerin is like one of the best known. I mean, the one reporter even says, he was like, I thought this, who they think did it. They're like, and actually, this is one of the only Murder on the Friday Night Lights that you don't know who did it at the end. It's like, you don't find out who, you can speculate, but you don't find out who did it. But at the, this one reporter's like, oh, I thought absolutely he did it because he hired DeGuerin, and there's only one reason you would hire DeGuerin, which I thought was interesting because that reflects on the Jenks, because that too, what was that guy's name? I can't think of his name from the Jenks. But anyway, I watched that, and then I started watching, I finished the first episode and like started watching the second episode of Update on the Family. I got like 5 minutes into it, and I was like, I want to save this till tomorrow night, because I knew Alex was going to dinner. So I was like, I'm going to read tonight, I'm going to watch these shows, I'm going to relax, take a shower, put on comfy pajamas, the whole 9 yards. So I was like, because I think they'll probably go to dinner, and then they'll probably go for like a glass of wine afterwards or something like that. Then he'll be home. But we probably won't watch shows tonight, because he'll probably get home like between, you know, like, well, if he goes to dinner at 8, their dinners are like 2 hours, 10, then go drink. He'll probably be home 11:30, 12, something like that. So I was like, I'm just gonna like read books, watch. I told him, I was like, I'm gonna walk on my walking pad tonight while you're gone, because I feel bad. Like, I don't want to wake him up, or, you know, it's like loud. So I think I'm gonna walk on my walking pad tonight and then take a shower, put on comfy pajamas, read, all that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna listen to my audiobook while I'm walking on my walking pad tonight. But anyway, whew, it's so cold out here. The Micah Stauffer documentary is interesting. I just don't know a lot about that world of the family vloggers, and what I do know, I don't like it. So it's interesting watching it. But yeah, I'm excited to watch the rest of it. Then Caroline texted me about this show that actually Mare messaged me about too. It's called Something Zero. Hold on a second. It's a political thriller. It just came out on Netflix. Netflixed, I said with a T. Mare said it was good, but she said The Chestnut Man was better as a thriller. I have so many shows that I want to watch. Where is Caroline's? I have all these friends of mine whose kids their daughters that are like in grad school went to go see Trisha Paytas last night. 0 Day. What's the buzz? Looks really good. And Caroline, so anyway, she was talking to me about that last night. But one of my friend's daughters, who every Sunday, back in the day, long before I was on YouTube, I mean, if she's now got 24, 25, this would have been like, I mean, this would have been like the first couple years that Alex and I dated. We used to go over to their house for dinner. Our friend would like cook for us and stuff like that. What, how long ago would that have been? She's in graduate school. Oh, maybe she's like 23 now. So 10 years ago, she would have been 13. This is probably when she was 10. So 13 years ago was when we got married. It probably was before that. So maybe she was younger than that. But anyway, she and her sister, her mom and her dad, we would go to Cafe Patache together for brunch, like all of us. And then we would go over to Keystone the Crossing, the fashion mall, and their dad, who we're really good friends with, and the girls, we would and myself, we would all like sit on this couch, and we would just like watch people walking by, while Alex and our friend, the wife, would like go shopping and stuff, and then we would just sit there. And so today she texted me, and she's like, we gotta get together with my mom and dad, and we have to have it like, cause we call them Sunday Fun Days, and she's like, we gotta get together with my mom and dad for a Sunday Fun Day. But she was telling me about Trisha Paytas's show last night. I'm going to share this actually in a drama video, but I know people that watch my videos over here watch Trisha Paytas too. She said it was really fun. She said it was sold out. She asked for the lights. I thought this was really sweet. She said she asked for the lights to be turned on to see everyone and literally started crying. It was so cute. Definitely one of her I made it moments. It was fun being at her first show. And she said the show was really good. So it was packed. I mean, it was absolutely packed. I saw TikToks of it. I looked them up last night because that was part of what I made my video about today on my drama channel. So anyway, after I got into like the second episode of the update on the family about Micah Stauffer. Oh, I know what I did. I started looking her up. I was like, is she on Instagram? Whatever, because the one person said she's been on social media since this all went down. If you guys don't know what the story about, it's about this family vlogger. They ended up adopting this child from China, and then I haven't gotten to this part yet, so I don't know really much about it. But then they were like, return the child. I don't really understand the context of all of it, so I don't understand it. But it like, apparently whatever happened, it like ruined her. So I don't really know much about it. I will know tomorrow when I finish this documentary tonight. Oh, this little, what's in my pocket? Oh! Oh my God, all this time I have sworn I had 4 batteries. You guys remember that? I was like, I thought, like, when it first happened, I said I had 4 batteries. I don't know what happened to it. Months ago, okay? And then I said, well, I just have 3 batteries now because I was like, I need to buy more batteries. Remember I said, remind me I need to buy more batteries. In this pocket is another battery. This battery has been sitting in this pocket. I'm going to put it back in there. Watch, I'll forget again. This battery has been sitting in this pocket probably, not the last time I wore this coat, but probably 3 times ago that I wore this coat because I've only had 3 batteries forever. And this looks like a pretty new battery. This is a good battery. I'm so glad I found this. I knew there was a reason why I was supposed to wear this coat today. And it wasn't for this long thing. You like zip up and down. Anyway, so then I went to bed. And at that point, it was, you guys, it was like, I had to get up at, I set my alarm for like, what did I don't remember, I think it's 9:15 and 9:20 or something like that. 9:10 and 9:20, I can't remember. Anyway, at that point, it was like, it was almost 5 o'clock. And I laid there in bed last night. I got started thinking about Boo and Tucker and Pee-Pee, and I just really, really missed them a lot. You know, when Caroline and I, and the whole rescue thing the other day when we were talking, Caroline was like, we were talking, she's like, what is holding you back from getting a dog? And I said, you know, Caroline, emotionally, I feel like I'm getting there. I said, there's like so many things, I want to travel, I want to do this, and she's like, babe, there's never going to be a good time to try. There's never going to be a good time that for you, for anybody, that's going to be a perfect time to get a dog. She's like, you're always going to have something that you have to do, somewhere you have to go, something you have to do. She's like, yeah, sure, if you get it at the end of the summer, she goes, that would be better. But what if you and Alex decide that you want to go somewhere in October? She goes, are you not going to get a dog till after October? And I was like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. She's like, you've got Tanya, you've got me. She's like, whatever dog you get, I'll help take care of. She's like, if you need to go out of town or something like that. She's like, I'm starting to worry about you a little bit. She was like, I think that it's time for you to get a dog. She was like, I'm starting to worry that you're going to get to the point where, because I'm very much like, I'm open to the idea, but I'm also at the same time kind of like, okay, I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. She's like, I'm starting to worry that you're not being ready yet is going to turn into, I don't want a dog ever again. And she was like, and I don't think that's healthy for you. You love dogs. She was like, you know, Alex is open to it. You need to, because Alex is like, babe, get a dog whenever you want to get a dog. And so she's like, I think that you need to start being a little bit more open to it. So, I don't know. I was thinking about it last night when I was laying in bed. I do miss, you know, Boo. And, you know, I was talking about the other day about I still am having a hard time getting rid of some of his stuff and whatever. And so many people reached out to me. I won't call you guys out, but you know who you are, that reached out to me and shared that, like, you guys, it's been like 5 years for some of you and you still have like blankets and beds sitting next to your bed. I mean, that really meant a lot to me. I really appreciate it. A lot of people were like, you know, you don't ever have to erase the memory of their dogs because you get of those dogs because you get a new dog. And I totally understand that, right? I think last night I had this thought. I was like, whatever new dog I get, I'm going to be like, you know, I'm a storyteller to dogs. We all talk to our dogs, right? Or cats or whatever. And I was like, I could just imagine myself talking to this new dog and being like, well, your brothers that lived here before you know, like Boo was the last one. And I don't know, like I got sad, but at the same time, I just was like, I'm ready. Like, I'm like lonely here without a dog during the day. I just am. I'm just lonely without a dog, you know? No amount of therapy, 12-step work is going to... I just miss that. I miss, you know, having a little dog run around the house. I do, you know, I miss it. I miss going up to the bed and having a dog in the bed. And having something that gets excited when I come home, and something to take care of. And maybe those are all the wrong reasons, but I don't think they are. I think those are the same reasons that other people get pets, you know? The relationship that you build with pets, I miss that, you know? I miss noticing the little personality traits and the quirks. And I'm not getting any younger. I'm just not, you know? I think whatever dog I get, unless that dog I feel like is just absolutely just a single dog, I probably in the next couple of years will have a couple dogs. You know, I don't know. I'm ready to get a dog. I'm ready to get a dog, but at the same time, I'm not ready to get a dog. I don't feel like the time is right. There's still things I want to do. I don't want to get a dog. Definitely before we go to Miami. I don't want to get a dog before we go to San Diego. If something would happen, I mean, that's not till, like, you know, middle to late May. We haven't even scheduled that trip yet. But if something would come up and, like, the perfect dog would show up, I would get the dog before we went to San Diego. We're only going out there for a couple days. You know, Caroline or Tanya or somebody can watch the dog until then. Alex's mom has been like, she's like more than willing to, like, for us to take the dog over there, for her to stay here, if we got another dog, whatever. I'm not really worried about that. I'm really worried about I don't know, like, I go back and forth with, like, emotion of being, I don't know. For a while, I felt like it was this betrayal of Boo Radley. I still go back and forth with that. It's like I said the night in the vlog, like, it's not, the other night in the vlog, it's not really about that. And then the next night, I did feel that way. I felt like it was I know that sounds stupid, a betrayal to a dog that's passed away. But to me, it just feels, I don't know. It's like, I'm not done. I feel like I'm not ready to let that go yet. And yet it's already done. Boo's gone, you know? For those of you that have lost pets, I'm sure some of you relate to it. You know, I mean, we've got tons of trips we're thinking about taking. Half of them we probably won't. You know? And like what Caroline said the other day, there's not going to be any perfect time. You know, there's not. And it's not really about the trip thing. I mean, now it's really about, I just don't want to train a new dog in the winter when it's cold outside. A dog that doesn't want to go outside in the winter, you know? Like I said, Boo loved being outside in the cold, but Pee-Pee and Tucker, they did not like going outside in the cold. So that's a lot of it right now. Like, I would wait until it's warmer. You know, I don't know, it keeps on moving back for me. I was saying, like, late summer, early fall. Now I'm thinking, like, I mean, Alex and I were talking about it. And he's like, babe, you don't want to enjoy a dog all summer long? And I started thinking about it a little bit, you know? And I was like, I don't know, maybe I do. You know, we haven't even decided if we're going to go somewhere for our birthdays yet. But if we do, then we'll be back before July's even started. And that leaves July and August. You know, I don't know. Like, I miss having a dog here. I'm, like, ready to get a dog. And, but I also, like, I've been praying on it a lot. And I've been, like, I mean, directly praying. I'm like, God, whatever dog I'm supposed to have, like, please put in my path. Like, I really believe that. I haven't felt that yet. I have people, like, that are sending me stuff still, even the people I said please don't. I mean, Caroline isn't anymore, but since the other day when we talked about it, but I haven't really, I don't know, maybe there's a part of me that still is kind of closed off to it, and I'm not kind of, like, really looking at my options and things like that. I don't know. It's weird because I mean, next week is 4 months since Boo's passed away. I knew that it would be a while before we got a dog. But I didn't think it would be a while before I felt ready to get a dog. Like, emotionally ready. And like Caroline said to me the other day, she said, I think if you got another dog, she said, I think emotionally it would just kick in and you would be great. She was like, I think you're more ready than you think you are. And I was like, I don't know, maybe, you know. I mean, her previous dog had passed away, and it was just a while after that they got Mabel. So I don't know, you know, but I think I'll know when the time is right. I just know in my heart of hearts, I'm ready. Like, I'm not ready, like, tomorrow I want to get a dog. That's not what I mean. I'm like, emotionally, I, like, miss having, like, a little creature here, a little friend, to build a relationship with. There's nothing like it. There's nothing in the world like building a relationship with an animal. There's nothing like that at all, you know? And, I really, really feel like it is a huge part that's missing from not only my life, but our life. And it's hard. It's hard. So I don't really know what that statement means. I'm ready to get a dog. I know laying there last night, it's kind of weird. I almost kind of asked like approval from Brew Radley's spirit. It was weird. I don't know. I just kind of was like, I don't know. I just know that like I can't get to a point. I cannot allow myself to get to a point where I never get another dog. I just can't. I think I'm getting to the point where that kind of scares me, that I might get there, and I never thought that I would ever say that. And so I think I'm kind of like reaffirming the positive of like, I'm ready to get a dog. Like I said, I don't even know what that statement means. Like, I don't know when that'll happen. I mean, it could happen in October. You know, it could happen in May. I don't know when it'll happen. I think it will happen. I believe, like, you know, Melissa, Tanya, everybody I know feels this way, that rescues find their owners. I feel like when I find the dog that I'm supposed to be with, I'll know it. I haven't seen any dogs that feel that way, and I'm not, like, seeking it out right now either. Like, I'm open to it more than I was when I talked about it the other day, but I think when we get back from Miami, I'll be even more open to it. I'm still thinking late summer, but even then, like, okay, this is gonna sound crazy. When I say I'm ready to get a dog, like, I'm emotionally ready to get a dog, but I don't have a problem waiting until middle to late summer, early fall. I think I can wait until then, you know? And I don't know. I miss having a dog. Maybe that's what I mean by it. I miss having a dog. I really do. You know, I look back on the last 16 years that Alex and I have been together, and so much of it was filled with, you know, us being this couple that, like, I mean, 3 members of our family were Pee-Pee, Boo, and Tucker, and they're gone now, you know? And it's just, I don't know, it's weird. I mean, Alex and I were talking about it the other night in bed, and we're just holding each other's hands, talking about it, and how much we miss the little guys and stuff like that, and emotional struggles, feeling it, and all that kind of stuff. You know, it's hard. It's just hard, you know? I think it'll be a new chapter in our life, and it'll be an exciting thing when it happens, but, it's weird to say that, like, I'm ready to get a dog, because I haven't really felt that, and I felt that last night when I was, like, laying down, going to bed. I was like, I feel ready to get a dog. Isn't that weird? Like, I don't know why it feels weird to say that out loud, because I think if I say it out loud, then people will be like, oh, he's getting a dog tomorrow. I'm not. Like, that's not where I'm at. I mean, unless, like, well, and I wouldn't even wait. I would wait until, like, we got back from Miami. But I'm not there. Like, it's just an emotional feeling that I'm ready to have a dog. I miss the presence of a dog here. You know, I feel like I'm moving through the grief, and I've done so much work on it. Alex has done so much work on it. I mean, it's brought us a lot closer, you know? I mean, like, we are already so close anyway, but, like, I think, like, each thing that Alex and I have gone through in our relationship that's been really, really tough, each thing has made us even closer. I mean, I can remember our first therapist in marriage counseling talking about, like, the different points of intimacy, and how, like, if you are closer on this point, you know, talking about spiritual intimacy or this, and, like, I can remember him talking about, like, those things that you guys grieve together, those tough times that you share together, even grieving the loss of what life looked like before, like, a certain time, like, before the accident, you know, or, you know, whatever, like, friends moving and whatever. If you share those feelings and emotions with each other, you'll just get closer. And I think, like, having lost Boo was such the end of an era that it forced Alex to really, for us to talk about that being the end of an era, and it brought us so much closer, you know, and really, what do we want our future to look like and stuff like that. I think, like, I'm so proud of where we are as a couple that, I mean, we've made it through all these things, and we just get stronger and stronger and stronger. But at the same time, it's like, I'm ready for, I mean, we have a lot of happy things in our lives, we travel and whatever, but I'm like, I'm ready for some exciting things to celebrate together as a couple, too. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, I think this is the year for us to celebrate, you know? And we celebrated his birthday last year for his 40th birthday and stuff, but, like, I I mean, we've been dealing with dogs that had like a lot of illnesses and stuff. Like all 3 dogs did, you know. And it's like it's gonna be exciting and fun to have like a new little guy around here that just, you know, at least at first brings us lots of joy and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about this new chapter, this next chapter, but I don't know when that will be, you know. I'm also, that's one of my things of like this year, going into this year, is I'm just kind of taking things at the pace that they're at. Like, I'm not trying to like, you know, I have like this area that I'm like aiming at. I can kind of see it. I can kind of see like the middle of summer to like fall of like, I can see myself like training a dog and doing all that kind of stuff. But also, I'll be honest with you, if I'm not going to just get a dog to just get a dog. I mean, if middle of summer and fall come and there's no dog that I feel like is supposed to be our dog, like, I'm not going to just get a dog for that. Like, I will wait until that dog shows up. And if that dog shows up next January, that will be when I get the dog. And if I have to train it in the winter, I will train it in the winter. I don't want to. But by that point, what I'm saying is emotionally, I think I will be prepared late spring, early summer. I'm ready to get a dog because I miss it, but I'm not going to just run out and get a dog, you know? I'm not there yet, but I'm ready to. Like, I mean, you know, it's why I was like talking to Caroline the other day. I was like, I can't continue to see all these rescue dogs because I'm not there yet. I'm just not, like, I'm ready to. Like, internally, like, I want to get another dog. Is this making any sense? I feel like I'm just talking in circles. I like want to get another dog, but I just don't emotionally. Like, I don't know. Like, emotionally, some days I do feel like I'm there, and other days I'm just like, I don't know. When I'm there, I'll know it. When I'm a little bit more healed, I'll feel it. I think my saying I'm ready to get a dog is because, like, I miss the presence of having a dog in our house. It's quiet, you know? And I think to some degree, I'm kind of starting to enjoy the quiet a little bit, to a point where that scares me, because I've always wanted to, I mean, have dogs and lots of dogs. And I don't want to get to a point where I'm just, like, shut off from that idea, you know? Anyway, well, tonight, Alex is getting ready, so he was going to get up at, he said 7, and then he goes 7-ish. Where's my phone? Did I put my phone inside? Where's my phone? Did I take it inside? I don't know where my phone is. Well, maybe that's something good to find out where my phone is. Where is my phone? Oh, it fell down under the chair. Oh, please don't get bent or anything. Okay. Okay. Oh, it's currently 7:11, and he said he was going to get up 7-ish. It just turned 7:12. So that means he's probably getting up, and he's probably getting ready to go to dinner, which is my cue to go inside and start getting ready for my walking pad and my book and coziness. I'm ready for it tonight. I'm really ready for it tonight. So, made it out here another night. I made it out here another night in the cold, and it does feel good. It wakes you up a little bit, doesn't it? I know. My next thing should be I should start getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning and taking long walks in the cold at 6 o'clock in the morning, right? That is not going to happen. That is not going to happen. We can only hope, though. But maybe this summer I'll start getting up earlier. That could maybe be a goal. A long goal. A long goal. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a magically amazing Friday and a fantastic beginning to your weekend. Check out my videos on my other channels. I filmed on all of my channels today. Also, I don't know if I said this or not, but I started a new Instagram called Peter Watches TV. It's just literally Peter Watches TV on Instagram. If you guys want to go follow it, feel free to. I'm going to talk about all the shows I'm watching over there. So anything I'm watching, I'm going to post over there. If you don't want to, I totally understand, but I appreciate it if you do, and I'm excited about that. I don't really know what I'm going to do with it yet, but I'm just going to post whatever shows I'm watching at the moment. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a magically amazing Friday. If nobody else has told you this today, I love you guys. Spirit fingers in my holy gloves, and I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya!